Okay, hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to do a quick review of the ASP solderless breadboard. Why do a review of a breadboard? Well, this is the result of me searching for the best in breadboards. Highest quality, longest life, of the sockets and best build quality and all that stuff. I had been using a Amazon special pack of breadboards. It was great until it was not. The pins started to wear out. The pins inside the breadboard started to wear out. I was having to troubleshoot my circuit in addition to connections, which is difficult, especially with ICs. And it was very frustrating. And this is what like I said, this is what I ended up coming with, and I am actually so pleased with it. I wanted to share it with y'all. These are kind of expensive for a breadboard, especially if you're used to buying everything on Amazon. I bought them from Assembly Specialist. They're up in Ohio. This small one runs about 26 bucks. The big one I've got runs 50. So I was serious about finding a seriously good breadboard, and I had to pay serious prices for it. But obviously, I'm very pleased with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So let's jump right in. Pros. The pros of this breadboard. First off, the build quality. They come mounted on these powder-coated plates with the rubber feet, and they feel good, which is silly, but the Amazon ones, you have to like tape them to something if you're going to be working on it long term. And I'll show you my prototyping board over here, but ultimately it's just a really nice form factor, I guess you could say. It's got these three connectors here where you can put the banana jack things into there. It's also got, you can see where it's got a hole where you can thread. So I use this for my power connection. And so build quality is the first thing that I noticed. The most important thing, however, and the reason that I'm actually reviewing this is because of how sturdy these individual sockets are. They are sturdy. I mean, wow. Things do, well, I'll get to that in a second here, but it does require some force to socket things because of how good these clamps are in there. But it is ultimately worth it simply just due to the sheer reliability factor. It was driving me nuts. You'd get into something like this where you've got, I've got a couple resistors here coming into the base of this transistor, and if something was wrong in there, I'd have to kind of push my finger down into it and see if I could get it to connect, and I was done with it. There is no more of that. I am troubleshooting my circuit and my circuit alone, and trust me, I need all the help I could get when it comes to troubleshooting circuits. I'll move to the big one before I get into cons, just to show you it. So, pros continued. Their big solderless breadboards like this one are a pleasure to work with. One thing that I like that's a little bit different, is so these rails here are actually separated. So if you've guitar pedal folks, you're probably used to having, or having your power here, your ground here, and then you jump your components to it. Well, these are split. So you've got these are connected, so one line, two line, and then this is connected, one line, two line. And you can see here where I've had to use jumpers to actually connect the two sides. That's neat because let's say I could do ground across this whole thing, and I could do reference voltage over here, and I could do 9 volts over here. It opens up some more possibilities. These here on the side of on the side of the big breadboard, that's actually one line all the way down. You don't have to jumper, and you can see I don't have jumpers in there. You do get more connections on the big breadboard, but the build quality is the same. Like I said, this one ran about 50 bucks. You can see where it's all put together, the rubber feet and everything. You get, as far as breadboards go, you really do get what you pay for. Cons, really the only con that I can come up with is actually the Pro that I just talked about, in that the sockets are kind of difficult to put parts into. So you see, if I have my, I think it's 100K, if I put my resistor in there, you can see it wants to bend. And so generally what I've found is it's best to use pliers for everything and go through and insert your components. Let's focus like that. So that is definitely more hassle than if you're used to working with one that's more loose. You're probably used to just popping your components in. That's great, but I found over time that it just falls apart. So it's a pro and a con. It's a con because it's kind of a pain to get everything set up. But I've had this on the breadboard for like 2 months now, and it's just, I haven't had any. I've moved it between here where I've got my I've got a Boss Katana under here, and I've got my tube amp in the other room. I've moved this between rooms and done everything with it, and I've got these boards here that I made that connect to it, and it's just been fantastic in terms of reliability. But you do have to work at it to get some of these things in here, because man, they are tight. Man, you know what? I think that's all I've got. I'll put the link in the description where I got them. I bought it during the time of COVID, and they were shipping then. I would assume that they are shipping now. They just come out of Ohio, so not bad in terms of shipping times and everything. Yeah, thank you for watching, and